All right, I did all the setup for Aaron Brewer in part one, so I'm just going to get right into the film here. We'll get into these clips are all just kind of put without any particular order. They're just kind of, I'm going to set up the pass situation, how he handles the pass protection, and then I'm going to get into the run game, and then finally in the red zone run blocking. All right, here we go, opening up. And you know this play, we heard a lot about it with Greer, where he gets blown up over here on the side. It looks far worse than it really is. You can see right there, he oversets and he leaves that gap open. And really, that's just a small technical. You see, he's off balance here. He gets caught in the swap or the stunt in there, and he just gets blown up. This is something that's easily fixed through film study and just working on his technique. And you'll see he does a better job in maintaining gap integrity later on in this film. All right, here's another one. You can see he does a better job here of guarding both gaps, not overcommitting, and he just takes Wilkins and he just maintains his protection. It's a real good job here. Snapping the ball, he keeps his eye on Duke right there. You see that balance he has between both gaps, and then he gets over to inside, fills it, gets his hands inside, a little bit of tugging, but that's all part of NFL, and does a really good job. Now you see on here, this is what he's going to be really good at. Look at that little rollout, comes back, Chubb's right there, Chubb's beating the tight end, and he gets in there and just seals the deal on the pass protection. That was a really, really good job. And this is what you're going to see a lot of him. McDaniel loves to do this. Get the little rollout, the movement in the blocks. So that's going to be a big feature of him. You can see over here, he oversets again. But Van Ginkel's kind of cut off by Wilkins. They should have been inside out instead of outside in. And then, but Brewer gets in there and does a good job of mirroring and shadowing, and then sets free the quarterback for a nice little run there. So that was a good little play by him, even though he made some mistakes. And you can see here on this one, look, he gets his hands inside, buckles those hips, and really takes control of Wilkins. Shuts him down. Really good job. This is one-on-one. A few one-on-ones I've seen, but this was a very, very good job. But then over here, you can see, look, he maintains that gap integrity, allows the stunt to pass through him. See, that's a threat right in there. He could easily go right to Wilkins on the inside and focus again on Connor on the B gap, but he stays balanced, has the foot there, the hand on Wilkins, and then he allows a swap and switch for him and the guard to do the thing, to pass off their guys. That was a really good job of technique and being balanced in his gap protection. All right, again, you see him one-on-one here, and then he gets to the edge and just drives him out of the screen. And using leverage is really what he's all about. He can't use the power, but Wilkins takes that inside lane, and then he shoves him out by using the leverage and using his hands, his physicality, and the drive. Good play. But you can see right here, he just gets destroyed. This giant of a man. He gets everything looking good there, the handstand, but it's just he can't handle the power, and he's just capped. Him and the guard are split, and he just doesn't have the power to handle that. And then you can see over here, he's stuck to Pierce, and then they get the stunt, and he can't get back in time. And so his inability to handle power gets him off center, gets him driven back, and then he gets attached, and that allows the peel to come in from behind him. And that's something he's got to work on, but there's only so much given his size. All right, the same weakness gets exposed here. You can see Pierce get in on him. He's got to give everything he's got with the power. He gets stuck, attached, and then the A gap opens up between him and the guard, and then Pierce comes back around. He gets lost, and then Pierce gets that pressure. Again, it's his inability to go one-on-one and really pop guys off and handle them without giving everything. That's not an easy job, but that's one of the things you're going to see with him. But over here, you can see again, he does a good job early, but the power just really drives him back. A little hold at the end. All right, we're going to take a look at him versus the Panthers and Derek Brown, who's a good comp for Quinnen Williams. And see, he just gets driven back, destroyed here. But you can see right away, his technique's off. He leans to the left, and then it's too late. The power and the speed to get into him just drives him back. If his technique's not perfect and he's going against elite talent, there is some tendency to be problems. Does a good job with the double, handling the pass rush there. You see Zach Sealy here does a good job mirroring him, holding, but then Sealy adds the power and he loses. and gets driven back into Levis. And so the power again, the agility, the mirroring, but then the power seems to take over. See right there, good job mirroring, good handwork. There's a longer play, but then the power takes over, and then he gets driven back. He gets attached to Wilkins, who makes the hard inside move, but I like how he comes back. He gets attached in it, but look at that. He's parallel. I mean, he's off balance here, and it shows a lot of agility to get off that and get Seal and just get enough to slow him down. So that was a good job and a bad job, showing his agility, but again, like power. But in here, he oversets again on Derek Brown, who swaps and then rips and then just gets the pressure inside. If he misses his technique against elites, as I said, it's his problems. Again, he gets batted here, but look, he gets inside, good technique, gets those hips tight, and then takes control. Again, the same thing on Brown, gets inside, but then gets the other hand out and guards the gap. That was a really good job for Brewer on those two. Now, in the run game, you can see right here, look at that, nice job. He just puts a shoulder in Seal and gets the second level on long is a big part of why this happens. And look, you can see Sealer again, how I said he gets sprawled out inside like the two-tech. But a great job and then mirroring him and keeping long off. Big reason why that play took off. But over here, he gets beat, oversets again, and then Sealer just swims across them. Oh, the overset is a big issue. Just can't get that physicality. I think he overcompensates because he knows he's not the strongest guy. And Sealer made one spectacular move on that one. So inside here, run, and you can see he does a good job early. And this one, he does a good job early, standing up Wilkins, really taking control, but then the power takes over. Wilkins gets off him, gets down the line. He just can't hold the block long enough. A little bit of hold, but that's not going to get called. Wilkins gets in on that. Again, you can see he gets really good leverage on Davis, but Davis just destroys him at the end and comes in and makes the play. This is a zone stretch run here where we'll see a lot of, but he gets an early jump. Everything is pretty much perfect. Nice job getting his hands inside, but Davis just uses the size and the strength just to overwhelm him, even with the perfect technique. Get off him and then make the tackle. Another one here, you can see nice job getting in on the double. Sealer again sprawled out, the hips breaking. So I don't like him inside, but good job just handling Sealer there. You can see he does really good in the double. One-on-one, though, against Davis, he's just stood up and destroyed. Just can't handle that kind of physicality one-on-one. But then the pull, look at this, comes down the line of scrimmage. The play's destroyed, but that's a nice job. Look at him. He takes that stab step to make it look like he's coming inside. Good job, and then gets down the line of scrimmage and just kind of puts a perfect block on Agba. He oversets on Wilkins, who takes a nice inside move with a swat, but he regains his composure with that agility and a good setting. He needs a little bit of help there, but he would have made the play either way. But still, good job recovery. You can see here at the second level, really good job getting on Duke Riley at this perfect, but he just doesn't drive him off. And Duke's, a backup. Still a nice run play, but very good job getting there, but just want to see more finish. So on this one, you can see again, he gets inside, he just gets attached. I don't know what the blocking responsibilities are, but I'm sure it's a double and peel to Long, the middle linebacker. Can't be let Long be free like that. But he gets attached because you can't really move the interior lineman. Then Long is just free to shoot in on Henry unblocked. Again, you can see the double. Good job. That's where the hole's supposed to be. He's doing a good job here. It says with the double, drives him down there. It's a double, but still a good play. You see zone stretch, but again, Pierce's power drives him behind. That little bit you see right there is going to be the difference between this play because it opens that little crease. Guard can't get there. If he was just a little bit more, it would have sealed it, allowed him to keep going on to the next blocker, but that he gets a free run in there. You can see he gets the free run in there and makes the tackle. He's got Jones in front of him, big boy. Him and Pierce, two big guys. And he's perfect technique. He just can't handle the power and gets thrown off here and allows running back to get hit. Now he's got Michael Pierce right over him. Again, you can see he gets hit with that arm and he loses his balance, shuttered by that hit, but he managed to keep his balance still, get to that second level, and turn a bad moment into a good play, good agility, good balance. There's another good one. You can see he gets in on Jones, Nice peel off, and then gets to the second level, which is a little hold there too, but they don't seem to call it these days. So he's a major part right there with that second level action to make a play, run play happen. You get the double again, but I think it's Jones or Pierce, I can't tell. But you see, he overcommits, he gets attached, and he leaves that gap open so the guard can't get in there, and that blows up the play. Again, you know, he's just overwhelmed. And again, right now he's on the double. Nice job fighting on Brown. At the very end, Brown gets off. Still a solid 4 or 5 yard play. But if he could have held him off and driven him off and kept control, it would have been a much bigger play. Now, in this one, a double again. You see, he does a good job there handling his guy with a double, which is not always easy. But now this one, he wins big time because look where he puts the shoulder. Right into the outside shoulder of Brown. Totally rotates him, like perfect targeting. And then he gets the second level. Very good job. But the hands on the outside instead of inside. He doesn't drive. And so it was a good play, but it could have been a much better play. If he drove out that defender by getting the hands inside and driving him out, it might have been a little bit more. Another one in here, he gets oversets. You can see he's totally overset, too close. But then he rebounds, gets inside, and gets control. Now, this is what Brewer's known for, his movement skills, and you'll see good and bad on this one. This is his play. He gets the outside, does a good job getting the linebacker out, but now he's got to get to the second level, make this next block. He has 2 blocks. It's not easy, but this is a feature play for him. Doesn't really pay attention, misses, and then he gets inside to break a play. So good and bad on that one. But he's young. He'll grow a little bit more. Now, this is the red zone stuff. This is beautiful. Look. Pulls out and watch the speed with which he gets down the line. He makes another feature play for him, and he just caps off Van Ginkel, and then Henry gets in for the touchdown. That was beautiful. But then here again, there's no movement. 2 guys in front of him, but it's Duke and Wilkins, and he just gets destroyed. Nothing happens there. Again, you can see here he's driven back inside. That might be Brown. I can't see by the number, and he just gets driven too far back. Doesn't affect the play too much, but he's just, again, this is a different play. Same thing happens. Driven back, can't maintain control, hands on the outside. And then he almost gets Henry, who's just all powerful and just gets into the end zone. So in the end, you can see he's got good and bad. But a lot of his weaknesses were exposed in this offense that doesn't suit him. The Dolphins' offense is far more suited for him. So you'll see quicker throws, which will help his pass protection. You'll see more outside zone stuff, more smoke and mirrors, more threats where they can't crowd the line of scrimmage. And so we're going to have to see what's brought in around him and how it plays out as far as being a finesse front. There's going to be problems inside, in the red zone, in the short, when he gets covered by a DT. But there's a lot to be hopeful for here with what his play shows, and he's still growing. So I hope you enjoyed. This is all my evidence to back up all things I said in part 1. So let's see how it plays out. Keys are going to be what kind of guards he's playing with. Curtis saying, catch you next time. Be well. Go Fins. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.